Okay, meanwhile, one more thing that I hate. So the Democrats continue to trot forth this narrative that Donald Trump is forcibly separating families at the border. The reason, again, that Donald Trump is separating families at the border is because when you arrest people at the border, there is a law on the books that has been ensconced by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals that says that children are not allowed to stay in detention. Even if their parents are there, they're not allowed to stay in detention for longer than 20 days. And so if you wish to arrest the parents, then the children have to be placed somewhere else. Okay, it is not that Donald Trump just wants these kids to go away. Now, there are people in his administration who have said dumb things. Like John Kelly said, this should be a way of discouraging illegal immigration is to separate kids from their parents. Well, that's kind of gross. I mean, there are plenty of ways of discouraging illegal immigration. It seems to me punishing children is not the best way to do that. But the law itself is pretty clear on this. You're not allowed to keep children in custody with their parents. So if you want to keep the parents in custody, you have to separate out the kids. Well, the Democrats, of course, have suggested that Trump is forcibly doing this because he hates children or some such. And the media, just parroting the Democrats, does the same thing. Here is Nancy Pelosi saying that there should be uprisings over family separations.
They're doing away with children being with their moms. This is, I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be when people realize that this is a policy that they defend. It's a horrible thing. Okay, so then the media immediately picks up on all of this. And because the media are basically a tool of the Democratic Party, they decide that they're going to repeat the same question over and over and over. So here's Brian Karem, a CNN reporter, going after Sarah Huckabee Sanders, basically using Nancy Pelosi's language.
Don't you have any empathy?
Jill, go ahead.
Come on, Sarah, you're a parent. Don't you have any empathy for what these people are going through?
Jill.
They have less than
Brian,
you do.
guys,
Sarah, come on,
settle down.
Seriously.
I'm trying to be serious, but I'm not going to have you yell out of turn. Jill, please
it's
call.
It's a law, and they have, these people have nothing.
Hey, Brian, I know you want to get some more TV time, but that's not what this is about. If I want to recognize you, go ahead, Jill.
Okay, it is absolutely about TV time. It is absolutely about TV time, which is why he's ranting and raving on TV. Right? The White House, there's a good case to be made that the White House press corps should submit questions in writing, or that at the very least that they should not televise these things live, because you just have too many CNN reporters and too many reporters of all stripes who are looking for their payday, basically, by doing the Sam Donaldson routine. Well, I grilled the press secretary today. I'm not sure how much information that even comes from these press conferences in the first place. They just seem like a sideshow to me, frankly, because it is the job of the press secretary to lie as often as possible to the media, and the job of the media to get on TV as often as possible, and none of it seems to actually be conducive to the truth in any serious way, which is why you end up with situations like this. I have to admit, I laughed. Jim Acosta, who's just awful at CNN, their White House reporter, he also goes after Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and she's finally had enough.
I can say that it is very biblical to enforce the law. That is actually repeated a number of times throughout the Bible. However, this hold on, Jim, if you'll let me finish. Again, I'm not going to comment on the attorney's specific comments that I haven't seen. That's not what I said, and I know it's hard for you to understand. Even short sentences, I guess, and please don't take my words out of context, but the separation of illegal alien families is the product of the same legal loopholes that Democrats refuse to close, and these laws are the same that have been on the books for over a decade, and the president is simply enforcing them.
Okay, so Jim Acosta deserves that one. Okay, just good for Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Jim Acosta, man, the grandstanding from the podium from people like Acosta is really egregious. Okay.